For my life, I used to have really bad sleep. I was battling insomnia most nights, and I was always dreading the alarm in the morning. Every morning when I woke up, I would feel really groggy. And if I didn't have an appointment or a specific time to make, I would always lay in bed for hours snoozing the alarm button. So last year, I made a lot of changes to my life to see if I could improve my sleep. And it really worked. So today, I just wanted to share 6 tips that was really effective for me. And there is no guarantee that all of them will work for you, but I think there is a high chance because many of them are based on science. And the last one is a little experiment of mine that really surprised me, and it might surprise you as well. So make sure to stick to them. So the first one is to try and get sunlight in your face first thing in the morning. No sunglasses, because you have about a 60-minute window to do so. There are 3 different types of hormones that regulate your sleep: cortisol, melatonin, and adenosine. And I'm not gonna go into the exact details and all the science behind it. I'm gonna bore you with. But basically, if you get out and get some natural light, within 60 minutes of waking up, you will spike your cortisol levels, which means that they are going to be lower later in the day, and it's going to help you fall asleep. And getting sunlight in your face will also signal to the body that the day is starting, which means that about 12 to 14 hours later, it will start producing melatonin, which will also help you fall asleep. Now, second one is exercise. And this doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just make sure that you move your body every day. So me personally, I try to aim for around 8 to 10,000 steps each day. And I just try to be active in general. So I go to the gym, I surf, I play volleyball, I do racket sports. So yeah, just activate yourself and find something that you enjoy and that you can sustainably do it every day. Third one is caffeine, and it's a big one for me because I'm still a coffee addict, but I have significantly reduced my caffeine intake and especially the timing of my intake. So I was sitting with my therapist and I said to her, I'm sleeping pretty bad. And she was like, okay, how much coffee do you drink? And I was like, maybe a jug in the morning, a few cups of coffee after lunch, and in the afternoon, Monster. That's not too bad, right? It's only like 600 milligrams. And she was just looking at me like, Eric, you need to get your shit together because if you don't fix your caffeine intake, there's nothing else is gonna matter. So I listened to her and significantly reduced it, because the thing is that caffeine has a natural half-time of 6 hours, which means that like if you grab a cup of coffee at 3 p.m. and the coffee might have like 100 milligrams, let's say. They usually have around 100 milligrams. Half of it, 50 milligrams, will still be in your body at 9 p.m. So think about that. If you have a couple cups of coffee at 6 p.m., it's of course going to make a huge impact on your sleep. And it's really crazy. Like my parents can drink like several cups right before going to bed and still fall asleep really easy. I don't know how they do it. I'm really jealous. But for me personally, I have a strict cutoff that I don't do any caffeine after 3 p.m. And even if I have some caffeine after lunch, I try to make it as little as possible. So 1 cup or like 1 energy drink maximum. So if you watch this far, you might be wondering, okay, what crazy stuff is going to come next? Is it going to be ashwagandha or some other exotic herb? Nope, just magnesium. I take magnesium every day, more specifically magnesium bisglycinate. I might have butchered the name of that, but that's what I take because there's different kinds of magnesium. And that one is supposed to be the one that is easiest for your body to digest. And it's been great. And if you're interested in the specific one that I take, I can leave a link in the description below if you want to check it out. So basically what magnesium does, it helps your muscles to relax. And I can really feel the difference when I take it and when I don't take it. So 30 to 60 minutes before sleep, I take 300 something milligrams, I think, and it really helps. Number 5 is having a wind down routine. And I think that many people tend to overcomplicate things. It doesn't have to be like this crazy schedule where you meditate for an hour or do something like that. I have a simple rule. 1 hour before bedtime, I cut off my screens and I try to do something that relaxes me. And preferably for you, that would be something like reading, journaling, meditating. Like try to not watch series like Netflix, because I know that you're just gonna stay up after that last cliffhanger. So for me, I do reading. It's a really nice way to relax my brain and drift away. And I suggest that you find an activity at night that does not involve your phone or your computer or your TV. And the last one is actually a 2-in-1, which is to always try to get in bed at the same time every day and don't set an alarm. And this was something that really baffled me, because I used to sleep like 8 to 10 hours each night, but a lot of those hours were low quality. I would a lot of the times still be in bed, snoozing 10 minutes, snoozing 10 minutes. And my therapist suggested, what would happen if you didn't set an alarm in the morning? And that was during a period of my time where I didn't have to wake up during a specific time. And I was really worried that it would just end up with me sleeping like 10 hours each day. But the funny thing is that I slept less, but I woke up more energized, which was crazy to me. And part of it was that since I was going to sleep at the same time each day, the body more or less learned when to wake up. So it was kind of crazy, actually. At night, when I go to sleep a little bit later, I usually wake up around the same time anyways, so that my body will get less hours of sleep, but it knows that now it's time to wake up. And that's actually a really good thing, because that's going to make me fall asleep easier in the following night. So you might be thinking that you don't have the luxury to not set an alarm, but there might be days during the week that you actually can allow yourself to do that. So try on the weekend to just do it for a couple of days and see how it feels. So those were the 6 tips that I had. They're not groundbreaking or rocket science. They're just small things that has stacked up over time for me, and that has really made a difference. So I hope that some of it were useful. And I would love to know in the comments any tips that you might have that helped you improve your sleep. And I'll see you in the next one.